Welcome to The Road Less Traveled with Tiffany Rosenbaum. This podcast is about sharing the success and failure of entrepreneurs. Join in and learn from others' mistakes so you don't have to go through the same hardships in business. Now let's welcome your host, business coach, real estate investor, and proud wife and mom, Tiffany Rosenbaum.
Welcome to another episode of The Road Less Traveled. We are here with Rob Lee today, and I am so incredibly excited because I've never heard such a business, so I'm excited to dive in a little bit. We're going to be talking about Swift passport and visa services. First of all, I have to ask, how did you get into this?
That's a great story. My wife, Laurie, and I lived abroad in Costa Rica and Panama for a little while.
Okay, I have to ask where in Costa Rica because that's one of my favorite places. Sorry.
Yeah, sure. It was a little town called Atenas up in the high country between San Jose and the Pacific coast. So it was beautiful. They called it El Mejor Clima del Mundo, the best climate in the world. It was amazing. And then we moved from there to Panama for a little while, and in between we had all sorts of passport situations, we could call it, and one day we ended up back in the US unexpectedly and landed in doing this. There's a great story behind it all, but yeah, that's the long and short of it.
I would actually love to hear the story if you're willing to share
Absolutely.
it, because I think it's very interesting. Like, people think about passports as, okay, you just go to the government office and get your passport and take care of it. So I would love to dive into this. First, how you got into it, but second, how does this even exist? Because I didn't even know about it. So I'm excited to dive into it.
Yeah, absolutely. A couple of the issues we had, one of them, we were going to a family wedding. So we left Costa Rica to go to a family wedding in South Africa. And Laurie's passport, when we got to South Africa, they needed to put like a little visa sticker on one of the pages in the passport. And she had all of her pages completely filled up with stamps, and they almost turned her away. Well, they were going to turn us away because they couldn't put a visa on one of the pages. And I think between crying and pleading, they let us in. And that was like in October or November of 2006. And that year we went home for the holidays in December, and Laurie's dad had a guy, the proverbial guy that knew how to get a passport quickly. So we added a bunch of pages in Laurie's passport. We had no idea that was like available even. So
I didn't even know that was a thing.
yeah, we submitted a passport to this company, and we had her passport completed within like 2 days or something like that while we were, yeah.
So
Yeah,
wait, are you telling me, hold up here, because I actually need new passports. So you're telling me you can get a passport done in 2 days?
Yeah, right now the processing time, the fastest we can do it is about 3 days. So if we submit your application today, it would be done tomorrow or Wednesday.
Okay, so that's application, but to get the passport back, how long does it take?
So like we could have a passport in your hands by Wednesday or Thursday this week if we submit it today.
Okay, you've blown my mind. I've got to dive into this because when you go to the government office, they say 4 to 6 weeks. If you expedite it, sometimes it can be 3 months. And during COVID, it was like 6 months.
Right.
So
Right. Oh yeah, it was COVID.
what's the process of this and how is this even possible?
Yeah, so great question. I don't even know what year it started, but at some point Congress told the US Passport Agency that they had each passport agency. So there's, I think, 15 across the country now. But back when this started, there was maybe only like 6 or 7 passport agencies around the country, like New York, Chicago, Houston, DC, like all the major cities had passport agencies. So Congress told passport agency that you have to allot companies to be able to submit applications as what's called a hand carry application. So what we do is we have your application, we tell you exactly what you need to do, and then we physically submit it to the passport agency, and each agency has their own guidelines and processing times, but within a reasonable amount of time, they will have a passport issued, and then we retrieve it from them and you can either pick it up from us or we ship it back. Sometimes we ship it overseas. People are overseas and their passport expires. So we do all sorts of wild and crazy things that you might not think exist, but it definitely exists.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit dumbfounded because I didn't even know about this. But what would you say to someone that says it's a safety issue? Because now they're giving you all their information. You have social security numbers. I mean, literally, you have everything of this person. You have the old passport. You have everything. How do you make sure your clients feel safe to be able to do this?
Yeah, that's I think the number one question we get is like, how do we know you're legit? And I think
Mhm.
we've been in business, we're in our 18th year right now, or 17th, 18th year. And I think being in business that long has really helped, but we heavily rely on reviews, Yelp, Facebook, Google, anywhere where there's reviews. So the reviews are kind of like the foundation of the trust. And right now we're fortunate enough to have really good standing with reviews. The other thing that eventually came along was we're listed on the passport agency's website. So if you dug deep enough, you could find our name saying that we're a registered hand carry program. And then I guess the other big thing is being able to communicate with a real person. So like you can go back and forth with email, but at some point, most people are like, well, I just want to talk to a real person. So that's
Sure.
kind of been the the foundation of the trust. And it goes a long way being able to talk to people. And surprisingly, even though there's a passport agency here in Chicago, we get a lot of people that live in the area that they just want to come in and drop it off, and coming in person, meeting our staff, all of that really helps with the trust and the rapport that we build with our clients.
100%. I love that you brought up your staff.